Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and Iron Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, Rovi, and Mscribe, and today we got some more DMT updates.
We sure do.
Yeah,
we gotta do this. It's been like 10 days or so, maybe even longer, since we did like our umbrella analysis. What's happening?
It's a lot of stuff happening. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, there's always stuff happening, but here we are. Let's take a look at the DMT ecosystem, dude.
Yeah.
So we can catch everybody up, because this is a quickly changing, quickly evolving space, right? You know, we got the ball rolling like back in November. The UNAT thing kind of like officially got rolling about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right?
That's right, yeah.
And yeah, you guys are taking it to a whole nother level with some stuff we're seeing out there. So.
Yeah. All right, so first up, we got natcats. So I think it went as high as like
0.14 or something
14,
like that.
yeah. So we're doing like 50% retracement.
Yeah, I think like the whole ordinal space really is too. Like node monkeys are down 50%.
Yeah, correct. This isn't the only one that's down, but I mean, who cares? You're here to get the cats, dude.
I guess. Yeah, it's the same thing like when we talk about bitmap. It's like we bitmap takeovers. It's like we start like looking at the price because we know that's what the market really most of the market cares about.
Yeah, it's like an independent verification of value.
Correct. Yeah, whenever like bitmaps hit like 200K or 200 million market cap, is like all right, and then people
like, okay,
stopped fading.
Yeah, this is the real deal, guys.
Correct. Yeah, so it's like the price does influence behavior and like sentiment and stuff. So yeah, we're tracking it. We're keeping, natcats obviously basically was a free mint. Actually, it was.
Yeah.
And it's turned into I would say a blue chip contender. So it's pretty interesting to see that come to fruition. So
speaking of blue chip contender, we're looking at NATs, the fungible token. Right, we can't forget about that, right?
Yeah, the NAT token.
And so it looks like it's still crabbing.
It's crabbing along, dude.
Yeah, steady.
The last time we looked at it, it was like it looks like it's in some accumulation like phase, and because remember this was also a free mint back in November. This is actually what got the whole DMT ball rolling. So,
that's right.
Yeah, it's been like another experiment to see like what does the market.
Yeah, and if we don't remember, this is an 800,000 mint asset.
Yeah.
And
why? Because every block had some nats in it.
That's correct.
Yeah. So here it is, grabbing along.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah, we got a lot of these to go through because I mean the DMT space is growing pretty fast. So we want to try to at least like look at as much as we can, and apologies ahead of time if we missed like a collection or something.
If we miss something notable, definitely hit us up and let us know.
Please.
And we'll make sure to include it.
Yeah.
natcats listed on OKX, positive momentum, DMT Shrooms. We got updated art here.
Yeah, remember last time we talked, the Shrooms, they have a new look.
They like money, apparently.
They like money and hookah.
Blood.
And hookah.
And hookah, yeah.
It's quite the
change.
Quite the spectrum of personality to these Shrooms, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe this is going to end up becoming some sort of like a dynamic collection.
Yeah,
possibly. We're starting to see that become more like a prevalent narrative around some of these collections, and we're going to showcase something very interesting here.
Yeah,
down the line that is focusing on that. Yeah.
So another one, Bitcoins. We have art is live on Magic Eden. First Nat 10K PFP corn lection.
Corn lection, dude. Get it right.
Yeah.
Not a collection. It's a corn lection.
Okay.
That's right.
Let's see the Natcorns. So here they are.
Dude, they're beautiful.
You got like Kanye over here.
Yeah, they look pretty cool. But yeah, this was one of the first ones to hit Mscribe. So if you don't know Mscribe, like actually, if you see like renderable collections like in the marketplace, that's because Mscribe is actually using
rendering on chain.
Right. Using what track reader.
Yeah.
Now, so what Magic Eden is doing, a lot of these collections are rushing to get listed on Magic Eden.
Yeah, so what the creators do is they get the images, they get the list of inscription IDs, whether they're right or wrong, doesn't matter to them.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to Magic Eden either.
Yeah.
And they package this up, send this to Magic Eden lists everything, and then people are trading whatever they want to trade, whether it's actual valid or not, doesn't matter to them.
Yeah.
Right? So...
Yeah, that is unfortunately part of like what the market does, right? Is like, there's some genuine actors in here that like actually want to produce quality art and quality collections and such, but some of them also just want to quickly
Yeah.
extract some liquidity,
Yeah.
right, and capitalize on the momentum. So that you're going to deal with that, right?
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that, and that's why everyone tells you DYOR.
Correct.
Always do your research and never get really entertained to where you might get hurt.
Nice message, dude.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well put.
All right. Speaking of interesting subjects here, Chaos finally deployed their art. Looks fantastic. And what's notable about Chaos is they're using the nonce value of the block that you claim as the seed value to generate your art. So what does that art looks like? Looks like this.
Okay. So describe what the nonce is for people who don't know.
Okay, so the nonce is actually the single most important aspect of block data. The most important aspect of block data.
Really?
Yes.
Is that like objective or subjective?
Absolutely objective. I only speak objectively here.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So it is objectively.
What a superpower. Okay. Cool.
I'm the only person in the world that can be objective.
only be objective.
Yeah, the only one. So the nonce is very important because it is the number that miners guess in order to link the previous block and the new block together.
Okay.
And so the equation is very simple. What number, which is a random number, the nonce, what nonce can you give me that will, when hashed together, the previous block and the new block, when you hash them together, what number gives me a hash that starts with 18 zeros?
Okay.
And so what miners do is they change this number. It's like, okay, is it number 1? No. Is it number 2? No. And they keep changing that number. It's called brute forcing or guessing a number until when you enter a number, you hash the data of the previous block with the new block.
Okay.
And the resulting hash starts with 18 zeros, which is the difficulty.
Yeah.
Right? If it does that, if you get 18 zeros, then you've officially discovered the nonce value, which means you mine new Bitcoin, which means you've added a new block to the blockchain.
Jeez. All right, somebody clip that. That's basically how Bitcoin works, right?
Yeah, that's basically how it works.
What it is.
Yeah,
so about a 1 minute rundown.
Yeah, and so what's interesting is that this nonce value is absolutely random.
Okay.
It is objectively.
Yeah, I've noticed that by going through some of these like mints. Like some of them are like 7 or 8 digit numbers. Some of them are like 9 or 10.
Correct.
It's not like the bits field. That's like pretty like static
consistent,
as far as like I guess like number like integer count.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a randomness to it. So Enoch in the DMT collection decided, let's create an actually like an absolute randomness component to this art, right?
Yeah.
Or let's incorporate that. So
yeah, and so
how does that manifest?
Yeah, what you're seeing here is a script that is completely on chain, and that script requests the nonce value of the block that you minted, and you enter that nonce value into the script, and then this is the output that you get. So
these like these rarity attributes, right? Like the little, if you zoom in on one of these, like it's like the dots, so like the little emblems, the eyeball itself, this caricature to the right, all of this is like individual rarity traits, right? And
correct.
Those are all put together based on that nonce value, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and so all the data and the rarities are in this Git book right here.
Yeah.
So these links will be in the description for you guys to check it out. So moving on.
Yeah.
All right, we got Cool Nats, another collection.
Very nice.
Finally on Magic Eden.
These definitely remind me of the Cool Cats, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Much cooler.
Yeah, they're cool nats, dude.
You can't be cooler than a nat.
No.
Yeah,
I agree.
Cool Nats, great name. Great collection.
So these guys haven't put it all on chain yet, as I can tell. So definitely, if you guys having trouble with that, hit us up, and then we'll show you how to do that. It's pretty simple. All right, moving on. We got Nat Punks. These look cool. So we have a Fairmint as a founder, third DMT art collection on chain, an incredible achievement, and Bitmap Toshi stands solo behind Nat Punks, a pure artist-inspired collection.
No backers.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are interesting. It's like a derivative interpretation. There's like a bitmap.
Yeah, there's a bitmap element to this.
Yes, correct. But it's completely, it's not bitmap, right? This isn't in any way.
No, it's not.
Because bitmap has its own native like bitmap punks as part of like the.
Somebody could do a bitmap UNAT and then do a block drop of like art pieces that are, of the same sort of feel.
Oh, I see. And is there a way you could do it to like, if you actually have, how there's bitmap punks, right? There's quite a few of them, but there's like different classifications of them.
I think numerically you can numerically determine whether or not you have a bitmap punk.
Correct.
And if so, then you can kind of leverage that to generate your.
We could do like a
bitmap
block
punk.
drop directly to those bitmaps, right?
Yeah, you could.
And it's basically like you're outfitting. It's like here's a drop of like, the different traits. Maybe it's like an asset pack or something like that. Now you can outfit your bitmap punk.
Yeah.
With like this cool gear.
Yeah, you could
something
do that.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some interesting experimentation that can definitely be done. But yeah, we're not there yet as far as like the block drop mechanism for bitmaps. So
yeah,
to be determined. So right now, everything happening in DMT is like the fair mint distribution method.
Yeah.
But pretty soon, so there's 3 methods outlined in the Git book, right? For like distributing these new assets.
Yeah, one is fair mint.
Yeah.
Another one is like a logic-based mint, where you can kind of decide how many each wallet gets. Like a whitelist, you could do.
You can gamify it in any way.
Yeah, gamify it. It's a controlled release. You can price it too as well.
You can mint it to yourself if
and
you
then
want.
And then the third one is a block drop.
Right, which that is the provenance method. So that way you can basically directly enable like exclusive access to these mints, right? So
yeah, and by the way, the block drops are almost ready, right?
Yeah.
And method number 2 is almost ready.
Correct.
And so you're going to be able to do all this.
Yeah, we hear you guys. And we're about to bring up some interesting like happenings like Luminex and other DMT projects, I guess, kind of like rushing to the gun because the market is they're kind of getting fed up with these like open free mints because of different reasons, bots.
Well, yeah, and sometimes the creator wants to sell it, or sometimes the creator wants to airdrop to a specific set of people, or
we always thought this was going to happen, right?
Yeah, that's why we put method number 2 in there since the drop, because we knew this was important.
Yeah, like we know the ethos in Bitcoin and Ordinals and stuff like fair mint, free mint. It's beautiful, right? It's great. Look at natcats. Look at the Bitcoin puppets and stuff like that. Like some of the coolest collections were freely distributed. Bitmaps.
Yeah, correct.
But we understand how like the universe works.
Yeah.
Founders, creators, whatever, they need sustainable mechanisms, meaning they need to make money too.
Yes.
Right. You have to be able to sell actual products, right? Yeah. Like, so this thing has to have that ability, right? That way anything of substance can't be sustained without that, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Otherwise it's purely, but it's okay. Yeah. The community can step up for everything, but there has to be some examples of, sustainable mechanisms, in other words.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because we need to leave it open to the creators to decide how they want to distribute. It could be fair mint. It could be a fair mint with like 1 per wallet. It could be priced, whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right. So looking at NatFrogs here. So another DMT asset. Yeah. This is specifically a non-arbitrary token, which we're going to talk about like why that's important. All these we've talked about are non-arbitrary tokens.
Yeah, this one's interesting because NatFrogs was one of the earlier UNAT deployments, but no one was really sure if the art was actually happening.
Yeah.
I think the community really stepped up here and like organized.
Yeah, this is interesting art. Like
this is like sick.
This is like I don't know. It's like a type of art that we've seen before, but it's different.
Correct. Yeah, so that one is almost, I think, completed and on chain. So we're waiting for that.
Yeah. All right. Ordinal monkeys. Nat monkeys are revealed. This is the new era of PFPs. I know a lot of you bought a Nat monkey as first ordinal, so take care of it. And here they are, the reveal.
Yeah, dude. So this one is, again, it had like a placeholder for a while. Like people were waiting and anticipating for this art. So we told you a couple weeks ago, it's like, be careful with a lot of these deployments, because after natcats, basically like 100 deployments came in like within that first week.
Yeah.
And we were like, be careful because like probably only like 10% of them, or maybe even less, actually have
like art
legitimate intentions to actually deliver anything of digital substance.
Yeah.
But so it was like, in the next couple of weeks we're gonna see these activations occur. So here they are. They're starting to roll out.
Yeah, this looks cool too.
Yeah.
Right. I think people are really digging this like square design.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's got the whole natcat, nat dog like theme going, but of course you gotta have something for the apes.
Yeah.
Ape appreciators out there.
Natalia's,
dude.
Yeah, Natalia's a different kind of DMT art.
Yeah, this is completely different. This isn't your PFP project, I want to think.
Yeah, so it's a generative art project built on Bitcoin using ordinal theory, digital matter theory. The project uses a deterministic generation model based on the Bitcoin blockchain block height, allowing for the creation of unique, one-of-a-kind digital paintings.
This is very cool, actually.
Yeah, there's some people who generally, well, I mean, like us, we don't really like partake in the art space all that much, but we're definitely interested when it comes to like the digital substance art. And this is like piquing interest to like a different sort of demographic of artist appreciators.
Yeah, I totally agree. Everything shouldn't just be PFPs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously the most popular meta in like the art world, art space, whatever, digital art space. You know, popularized from the last cycle, essentially. Like that's like the legacy ethos, kind of like still, you know, maintaining in the ordinal space. But yeah, art is a very like wide spectrum as far as like what you can create.
Yeah.
So it's good to see like, you know, actual artists, you know, bringing a whole new interpretation to DMT.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty fucking cool, dude. You know?
Yeah. I'm curious, like, how did they did this? And
well, that's what this Git book is about. This was put out today. If you want to also create some sort of like DMT, there's a framework right there.
Okay. So the deploy token, we've got nonce. Oh, so they're using nonce bits. Image generation script is here. So this, like I said, it's on chain. So there's ordinals.com. All this stuff is on chain, and then
let's play around with this for a second. Let's put in some blocks, dude.
Let's do what does 800? What does 800,000 look like?
Okay. Boom.
Okay.
Wow, that looks pretty cool. Oh, it's blue.
Yeah.
Blue. My glass is definitely. Whoa, dude.
Oh, that's interesting.
What the heck is that?
So not all these are valid because
that's right.
Because they picked an element, and that element has a pattern. That pattern exists so many times on Bitcoin, and that so many times it gives you the supply. And usually they pick a supply that's not 800,000 like we did with the first NAT token.
Correct. Yeah. So that this is like a DMT. So we're about to talk about this pretty soon. There's DMT and non-arbitrary tokens, right? There's actually there's not the same.
Yeah.
Right. So we need to explain that a little bit better. Let's talk about the NatPals. Another collection.
All right, so NatPals pushing the boundaries. The use of NatPals is for mining runes.
Yeah, this one was interesting. It stood out because this is, I think, the first DMT ecosystem project that we saw kind of like playing with the runes narrative, right?
Yeah.
Like R6.
Right.
Some sort of pre-rune distribution mechanism, right? So it's all outlined in this Discord post.
Yeah, so one of one NatPals gives you 318 points, Bone Pals 51, and so forth.
Yeah, so I don't think there's like an actual deployed dashboard yet to like quantify how many points you got if you are collecting this, but it's on the horizon. Definitely keep your eyes out for that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so interesting use case, very, very similar to an RSIC.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Another cool one, Nat Owls are coming thanks to mscribe and the block runner for the docs and the help for getting the Nat Owls to fly. So here in this video, this guy is explaining that it is based on time. And so once time moves forward, your egg hatches, and then you get an owl.
Yeah, that's interesting. What is the back end logic that executes this?
Well, there's a couple of ways to do this, and you can leverage all on chain data to do this. So I think you could just pick instead of time, you pick block height or block time, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
And as time moves forward, meaning more blocks gets added, then your egg hatches based off like a block number.
Correct. Which is interesting. So so we're wondering like, how's he doing this? And we discovered this project is running on a new protocol, which is BRC 333.
Mm-hmm.
It's right here in the next link. It's one of the more interesting websites that we've seen. But all you need to know is like dynamic ordinals protocol. Like that is what we're kind of like witnessing with that egg hatching, right? Variability to it. That is interesting. Yeah. So this is like leveraging all of the like latest components native to ordinals that allows for like a dynamic content to exist. Basically through reinscriptions. And what else? How else do you like activate that?
Well, reinscriptions, recursive inscriptions, accessing block data through ordinals.com.
Yeah.
So all this is like on-chain stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the best part. Is like all this is like non-arbitrary.
So it's got a lot of applications potential to this. So like, yeah, you can probably leverage off-chain logic as well.
Yeah.
Just like you can with the typical like they have dynamic NFTs and stuff like that. So I don't know if there's like oracles in place to kind of like facilitate these like off-chain events and such.
Well, not yet. Not on Bitcoin, but on Ethereum, you have Chainlink to do that.
Yeah, Chainlink I think was the one that actually put out like the dynamic NFT framework.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's one way to do it.
It's interesting. It's like, yeah, I have an NBA NFT collection. It's like, oh, if my player like dunks tonight, the Oracle will
reflect that,
receive that information, and it will morph my NFT as a result
into a poster.
Now my guy, Top Shot is dunking or something like that. That's fucking cool, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So it's good to see this happening on Ordinals and in DMT.
Yeah. All right, moving on. King. We have just because something says it is built on DMT.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it built on DMT. Be wary and ask questions. I totally agree.
Yeah. If you don't know who King is, this is Redacted.
Yeah, let me
creator.
show this. The art here is like crazy cool.
Yeah. Redacted is on its way. So there it is.
Yeah. Here's one example of it, but definitely go to Twitter, follow this guy, and check out what he's got cooking up for DMT tokens, NAT tokens.
Yeah. So he's putting out some sage like advice out there, because he's observing what we're observing. There's a lot of action and activity happening in this space, and there's a lot of like 90% or maybe even more are just kind of like taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
Not necessarily trying to
we're gonna
contribute to a network effect. Right?
Yeah, we're gonna show you an example, but hopefully he puts on some like VR goggles on this, because that's gonna be my guy, dude.
I'll settle for 3D glasses though. I'll take it. Whatever, dude. That works.
All right, so here's another tweet by him. He says, if you want to get NAT DMT right now, you can't go wrong with DMT natcats. Outside of them, I am wary of promoting any other project. 98% are vapor projects that are 100% BS. And there's a good reason we're waiting for the protocol update. Dude, this guy gets it, right? If you want to do something new, right? You can ask the creators of that protocol, say, hey, why not do this? Can we do this? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, they tell you, it's coming. It's going to be a couple of weeks. Yeah. Because we know that the demand for this is like, okay, I'll wait. Because if you go outside of that spec, you are on an island by yourself. Potentially, you are the only one talking about your stuff and no one else, right? So if you wait for the protocol, then you got several people talking about it because you're leveraging the network effect.
Correct.
And that is the whole point of why Ordinals is being so successful, because everybody's talking about Ordinals. Yeah, you can do your own NFT thing on Bitcoin, but who's going to talk about that, right? And that's the whole point of this. Yeah. So so that's why we got to bring up Luminex here. They are launching this thing called DMT Cult.
Yeah, we'll be getting a lot of people asking us, because this already happened. By the time you guys watch this mint already occurred. Actually, I think it's completely minted out. So this is you guys are asking, like, is this actually a DMT thing? Like, why are they not using TAP? Right?
Yeah. So we got to clarify. DMT is just the utilization of block data. But the NAT protocol, the whole DMT thing, our Git book, all that, is a framework in order to clearly define like the parameters of non-arbitrary data from Bitcoin.
Yeah, therefore the actual like existence of digital matter.
Yeah. And so here, this has nothing to do with non-arbitrariness. This is purely an arbitrary number. Yeah. And there's no Git book to like define or disclose like what DMT cult is and like what block data they're using or anything like that to deem it like DMT.
But assume that this art is like just like all the ones we've seen like leading up to this, everything we just looked at. Yeah. They're deriving the output of these individual mints through some, whether it's the block height, the nonce, whatever. They're using some sort of block information to contribute to its generative process. Then under that, that fits within the umbrella definition that we put out there as far as like DMT.
Yeah, and that's why bitmap is DMT. That's a DMT token, right? It's specifically it's a non-arbitrary token, bitmap, because it is purely non-arbitrary. There isn't no one decided to do anything with bitmap as far as like making up its parameters. It is made up by Bitcoin. Right. That's what makes it non-arbitrary. Yeah. This is not that. Yeah. Right. And so I guess this is PSA is like people are going to kind of like figure out ways to extract liquidity in ways that don't like follow any spec, but they'll leverage the marketing and the momentum of everything.
Yeah, which is again that's fine. That's up to the invisible hand to decide, is there value in this, right? Can we have DMT derivative spinoffs? Absolutely, you can.
Yeah. for sure.
Just like, BRC20s happened. That was a framework set forth by Domo.
Yeah.
It's like, can we have different, protocol interpretations of fungibility genesis?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. We could do tap.
We
could do
CBRC20.
We could
runes.
do runes. Yeah.
Pipe.
Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's do it all.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Yeah. So just to kind of like settle the noise out there around all this, it's like, yeah, this is a DMT, like an arbitrary DMT initiative, basically.
Yeah.
And we've seen other of those out there as well.
Yeah, we've seen arbitrary like projects out there already. Yeah. Right. The fact that you're leveraging block data isn't as interesting as partaking in the whole network effect of the DMT NAT thing.
Yeah. So it's not a UNAT, in other words.
It's not a UNAT.
Just to like sum it all up into like as few words as possible. This is not a unique non-arbitrary token.
Yeah. And so this is another example is like there is a need for creators to say, hey, I want to actually sell my art. And you should be able to do that. And so that's why we're making our update to make sure that creators can do that.
Yeah.
And the way that you're going to do that on Mscribe is actually going to be very interesting. So I don't want to spill any like milk here or any juice. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be something that you haven't really seen before.
Yeah. We're trying to make it like as interesting and engaging as possible, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not just like, because DMT, NAT, this is like something completely new. So like the minting experience has to also like reflect.
Yeah.
In our opinion.
Yeah.
That way we can get as close to like the feeling of like we're actually transforming Bitcoin blocks into something of digital substance. Like that is like what we're doing as an ecosystem.
Yeah.
So the experience should feel as closely aligned to that as possible. So yeah, we have our own interpretation of that. We're working towards it, and hopefully it'll be ready like very soon.
Yeah. So make sure you follow King Punk Ape here. He definitely gets it. It's important to kind of like, be about it. Right. And not like just like sidestep your way into extracting liquidity in ways that you're confusing people. Right. If you go look at this tweet by Illuminate, it's like, hey, is this going to be on Mscribe? Is this, what do the block runner guys think? It's like, well, here we are. This is what we think.
Well, those are our thoughts.
Yeah. All right. That's it for us. If we miss anything, as far as DMT, NATs go, let us know in the comment section below. And if you're going to be launching something, you have some questions, definitely hit us up. We've been talking to a lot of people. Phone calls, Zoom calls, Discord calls.
If you want to be part of this experience that we're kind of like teasing just now, you want to be part of like that. Right. Let us know. We definitely want as many interesting DMT deployments around this like new minting process as possible.
Yeah. All right, guys, appreciate it, and we will catch you in the next video.
Peace.